I'ma keep making moves, I'ma keep paying dues like the 98 Bulls. I am not meant to lose, so go and pull up my chair, cause I ain't going nowhere. I'ma keep making moves, I'ma keep paying dues like the 98 Bulls. I am not meant to lose, so go and pull up my chair, cause I ain't going nowhere. It's been a minute since I I'ma keep making moves, I'ma keep paying dues like the 98 Bulls. I am not meant to lose, so go and pull up my chair, cause I ain't going nowhere. I'ma keep making moves, I'ma keep paying dues like the 98 Bulls. I am not meant to lose, so go and pull up my chair, cause I ain't going nowhere. It's been a minute since I grabbed the microphone and spoke. They've been sleeping on me, time to step out of they comatose. Let my stats rise on the board charts. 91, my crew building a dynasty and get me outdone. In the land of carbon copies, I'm the clarity and static.
Oh, yeah, bro. All-Star. Hold on. Before we even start, dude, that beat, tell me that track isn't fire, Zook.
Yeah, it was fire.
Like, I mean, I know we look good right now for draft night.
Yeah, I might checking myself out a little bit.
Right? I saw you, bro. You were doing this little backstage. I was like, what are you doing, bro? Like, calm down. But shout out first to Phil Wonder, hip-hop artist. Boy, you can feel that New York and that, you know, Fort Lauderdale, Miami style he got in that track. But when I heard the new single was called 98 and it was all about the 98 Bulls team, I was like, my guy, you got to let me use it. He was like, of course. Pulled it together last night. Thank you so much, Phil Wonder, for letting us use that track because, ladies and gentlemen, it's draft night. Oh, my God, you've got the fancy coffee cup too? Oh, my God, it's getting serious in here. As I have the chalice. Cheers, bro.
Yeah, we have a big night ahead of us.
Man, I'm excited.
Yeah.
The whole voting process was super fun. You know, seeing people voting in Mr. Conan O'Duncan and Matt Murdock. How you doing, bro? That was huge. I can't get over you with the little cup, dude. In the jacket. Sorry, off topic. But man, the retweets, everything was so dope. And then putting this show together and seeing some of these players that are in the league that I've never got time to really sit there and look at, breaking them down, find the NBA comparisons. Like, I'm excited for tonight, bro.
Yeah,
I really am.
It's going to be good.
We've got giveaways. We've got captains coming on the show. We'll probably pull Jeff up here too, right? We got to pull the guy in every once in a while, gives us some updates, tell us what's going on. Listen, we've got a draft board. We got to do this the right way, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot going on tonight. I'm excited. Y'all know how the NBA All-Star selection show is treated, and that's what we're trying to get tonight. So it's going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah, buddy. All right, before we start bringing people in, let's give a little shout out to everybody in the chat. What up, Jason Wright, Mr. Knights of Degen committee member who handles the VBA team? Yes, sir. We got Metaverse King, Harmless Hunter. Do those two things go together? Harmless and Hunter? It's weird. But go Jerk Nowitzki. Coda, what's going on? We got Downtown Franchise. What's up? Kung Fu D in the chat. Oh, boy, VBA and basketball brings everybody out. It's time. Yes, we do have a giveaway as well, Mr. Right? Yes, we do. Now, the way it's going to work, there'll be multiple chances for everybody. So you guys right now, all you got to do is put a little emoji that enters you into the drawing. That is not going to be pulled tonight. Tonight, you're getting entered. And then on the night of the actual game, we're going to reveal. We'll open the pack. We'll do all that good stuff. Hey, Zook, if we're hosting, can we still put our name in the chat to be entered into?
I think so.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me check with our draft commissioner. Hey, Jeff, how you doing?
What up? How's it going?
Good, bro. So right off the gate, I mean, sorry, I know you were back there for technical difficulties and things that pop up. Are we completely eliminated from this giveaway?
So, I mean, up to you. Like, competition committee, fairness. You're going to pull the winner on your show. So you're going to draw the winner on your show.
But they'll reveal the
pack
card.
won't get opened until the All-Star game.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we keep the man around. All right.
Yeah.
He keeps us in line and lets us know you are wrong. That's not what we're doing. So it was a great job by bringing you up right now to correct me. All right. This is starting off great, Jeff. All right. Before we bring captains up, bro, I know you were like a big piece of pretty much the brain trust around this whole draft idea. How you feeling, man? Like, seems like the turnout has been really good. The results on social.
It's been a blast, man. We've had so much excitement and engagement around the event. We just want to reward the community and the GMs that have, worked so hard through this first half of the season, building this alpha with us together. And like I said last time we chatted about it, like, it's all about fun. We're literally just trying to have fun. And this is a fun activity that we're going to have. Just try to think of every little thing we could do to make it better. And just the responses we've gotten thus far about the whole draft concept. And, Chance made the big boards tonight. So we'll get that up on the screen share and drag and drop players. I mean, even down to the last 15 minutes ago, John Lee and I were refining the rules and adding some twists and, all in the spirit of fun.
So real quick, since you brought that up, let's talk about the twist, right? Originally, we had one way we were going to do the draft. What is the format now? So we all know and we're on the same page here.
Yeah, exactly. So we were trying to figure out if we were going to do alternating picks or a snake draft. And then we felt the best way to do it after running a couple mocks with only 5 players on each starting lineup. It's the first pick will make their pick, and then the second pick will get to make the next 2 picks. So they'll have pick 2 and 3, and then we'll resume at alternating picks. So whoever picked first will pick fourth, and then continue alternating from there. So the way it'll work is the person who picks first will end up with the last player left on the board as well. So yeah, that's the kind of the exciting twist. There'll be no position restrictions or auto picking. So it's up to the GMs themselves to ensure they are getting the right players, because there's some potential nerf situations if someone ends up without a position players, but just wanted to add that layer of strategy.
First, one thing I have to say to that. How you doing? All right, because that's genius. I love the twist. One of these guys might end up with 2 centers, right? And no point guard. It's like, oh yeah, let's.
Yeah.
Yo, have we vetted these GMs? I mean, I know they're top guys, but are you sure they're coming in prepared?
I mean, based on the qualifications to become the captain, they should know a thing or two about hoops, and definitely do.
Awesome. Well, guys, Jeff's going to be with us all night. I'll unexpectedly pull him up on screen, so he's always shocked and has no idea when I'm bringing him up. Jeff, appreciate everything you did to pull this together, man. And we'll show it off real quick. Little teaser. Boom, look at that draft board. Oh, snap. And walk away. Oh, we're going to get to it. Jeff, appreciate you, bro. Oh, I hit that button before his sentence was over.
I'm excited to get going.
Let's do this, bro. So the first one is the underdogs, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So for the underdog teams, we have let me pull it up here. You have everything in front of you, right? Pull up that draft board so everybody can see. Here is the underdog showcase.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got Team Peter and we've got Team Shmup. Now, for Team Shmup, now I want to make sure I get people's names right. So we'll start with Team Shmup, since I know he was one of the first ones here for the draft. The Shmup legend, what's going on, bro?
What's up, guys? What's up, VBA fam? How are we doing tonight?
Good. Look at Shmup
Yeah,
came
look at
prepared
us.
too.
Look
He
Look,
came
man,
prepared.
we're repping South Beach, the Pat Riley look. Pat Riley's known how to do it since the 80s. He's been doing it right, winning championships. We're going to win a championship for our 5 tonight. We're bringing the money home, guys. Have faith in Shmup.
I love it.
Listen, that was like a beautiful basketball political campaign right there, bro. Like I just voted for you. I didn't even know what the hell I was voting for. So
I
great
appreciate
job,
it,
dude. So I gotta ask, man, you got a strategy in mind? You have a whole game plan
I
here?
do have a strategy in mind. I actually spent a little bit of time, set up 3 different strategies, 2 trap strategies, 1 regular strategy. So honestly, my draft is going to kind of depend. It's going to be fluid and depend on my opponent a bit. So we'll see if I get the first pick. Depending if I get the first pick or not, I'm going one way or I'm going the other way. One dog goes this way, the other dog goes that way.
I like that. I like that.
All right. So I guess we're talking about your opponent here. We might as well bring him up. Now, I believe we have the assistant coach, right? The co-owner of the team on this, right? Is he backstage there? Let me see. Hey, Bamontes, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. How's everybody doing? Happy to be here.
Good, man. Appreciate you making time. How we feeling, bro? I mean, Smup came in. He's already throwing a little shade. He's ready to go. How are you and the team feeling about tonight?
If anything, I'm a little intimidated by the suit jackets, but other than that,
that's what we were trying for, bro.
When it comes down to
Zoom's
the game,
like, yes, I'll take it off.
I'm feeling good. I got some rankings, got more of a traditional stack ordered list, and I'm filling in for Team Peter, PJH. He's got one of those kind of mega franchises, over 200 players, over 50, kind of in the elite, rare, legendary status, and he couldn't make it, but he asked me to fill in, so we're gonna do our best.
Awesome. So I'm gonna ask you both one question, and then let's jump into how we're gonna run things tonight. But I'll start with you, Bamontes. How do you guys feel about the last minute change on how the draft's going tonight? Does that kind of change everything right at the final hour? Like, oh, shnikes.
I think it definitely changes things. I think it's for the better. I'll say that. I like opening up the positional dynamics, but I think there's a very real chance of someone getting pinned with, one or more out of position players. And I hope Smup's got that in his, option 3, or maybe he needs to think about option 4, 5, and 6.
So Smup, I'm guessing none of the mock drafts you did had this in mind, right? So was that wasted work, bro?
Nah, so we took a quick look at it, and it kind of matches up a few different ways, right? So I think Bamontes kind of sees it as well. The way I'm seeing it here, it's just going to be a chess match of who makes the first move and how you counter it, I think.
Nice. Well, guys, I thought long and hard how we would do, a coin flip, and I didn't feel like a coin flip was the way to really go. We thought of maybe making you guys do rock, paper, scissors on here, but then I was like, if one of you's lagging, you're cheating. So Zook and I, we talked about it, and we decided the duck race was the best way to go. The duck race it is. And he's like, the duck race? Exactly. That's the reaction we were hoping for. Let me share the screen here. So both of you are now entered into the duck race representing your collective teams. The duck will decide who gets first pick. Ladies and gentlemen, let the duck race begin for Team Peter versus Team Smup. The official coin toss it is the duck race. Zook, I'm taking your face.
Come on, buddy, pick up some speed.
At least my duck's got a little bit more style.
I'm starting to get the trajectory. I can already see myself. Let's go. He's pushing.
If this is like Zed Run, it's actually a benefit to sling.
Shot, you hit it one way and your whole body leans the other way, hoping for better. Come on, baby.
Boy, come on.
Don't let him catch up. Accelerate. That's that South Beach speed, baby. Come on now.
I needed that slingshot.
Oh, all right. You've got the first pick. So now I believe actually going to give you the option.
Yeah, you don't have to take first pick. You could choose if you want first pick.
So there's been a little bit of chat about the Mighty Ducks in the general chat as of late. So I'm going to go with the Mighty Ducks mantra. Make them make the first move, Conway.
One of the greatest lines, sir. Sorry, Bamontes. I'm now a diehard Smup fan. I will rig this thing for Smup to win.
Oh, wait, hold on a second.
As a 90s kid,
yo, swag.
Holy shit. That's the greatest line of all time.
Well, you know what?
Wow.
And I guess I'm going to join
and
the
truth of
Montes
the
over here.
as well, Zook. You know it, man.
Yo. Make him make the first move, Conway. And then he does the hip check. Wow. Damn.
Oh, man.
All right. So guys, we're going to have a little timer on the corner. I'm going to show it here. You'll have 30 seconds on the clock. We're going to bring the draft board up. Draft board is up.
Flying V.
Jeff, is backstage. Let's see if we can get a blow up on that. Is that possible? Maybe. Can anybody see it all right? You guys good there?
Yeah, I can see it.
I see it. Yep.
All right, so Bemontes is first. Smup, stand by. All right, Bemontes, the clock is about to start. You've got 30 seconds. What does Team Peter want for their number one pick?
We are going to go with our home guy. Similar to what I'm sure my opponent would do. We're taking PJH Roaring Thunder star player, best in show, playmaking big.
Best in show. All right, the first pick. Zook, let's
Wow.
talk about this.
He's got 8 points. Let me see his stats. He's got 8 points. His assists, 18.5. His rebounds are 10.8. So, yeah, he's quite an interesting fellow. We went with Nikola Jokic as his player comp. Again, a little bit different than Jokic because he doesn't have the scoring, but
Right.
the playmaking ability with 18.5 assists. Someone who, if we were to equate this to another sport, and the most important position in sports being quarterback, this is a guy that can be the quarterback of your team from that power forward position. So to take him first and to get him and then build the rest of the team around him, it makes sense to me.
Yeah, you got Jason Ryan in the chat saying best in show first pick. Nice. So it looks like the chat's agreeing with that pick, bro. You know, good job there. I think for being the guy that's filling in for the team lead, you're starting off pretty hot, bro. All right. Head back to your war room. Let's bring Smup back up. Smup, how we feeling, bro? How we feeling about that first pick, homie?
I'm feeling like Mighty Ducks might be life advice because that happened exactly the way I wanted it to. I have a sheet next to me that says perfect draft, and 1 and 2 on that is the Dark Knight and Samadou, who are going to be my first 2 picks.
He doesn't even need the timer, people. He came in ready. All right, so we see the draft board being updated.
Wow. So the
Let's
Dark
talk about
Knight
this.
and Samadou. Obviously, the thing we know about Samadou, he grew up playing soccer, came to the States late before he went to college. So that's his thing. The Dark Knight, kind of a child prodigy, turning into a pass-first guard on SMUP 24. Neither of these guys are the greatest scorers, but again, similar to what Bemontes just did with getting his player that he can kind of build the rest of his team around. You got 2 pillars that kind of do everything. And now the rest of your board, you can get some pure scores because in terms of assists, rebounds, defense, these 2 guys kind of do all that.
I'm worried he's going to stink my next pick, though. That's what's going to happen.
I mean, that Dark Knight pick is dope. I mean, averaging those 19 assists, that's pretty solid, man. I mean,
my guy put up 34 earlier today, man. 34 assists. I think it's
and when you look at these guys, Samadou, I called him Quincy Acey, but let me say this. I have been to a Knicks game before where the crowd was chanting MVP when Quincy Acey was at the free throw line. I don't know if that says more about Quincy Acey or Knicks fans, but let me just say that I've seen that before. So take it as no slight when I say your player is Quincy Acey, because that's a man who has got an MVP chance at the greatest arena in the world.
Feeling good.
Well done. Go back to the war room, and we'll bring you back here in a second. Zook. That's a pretty killer start right there, bro. Let's see what the chat thinks.
Interesting, though. Interesting. Not crazy scores. It was really low-scoring players. No one scored over 10 points out of the first 3 guys.
Downtown franchise. Damn, this is getting interesting. Playmakers on either end open up a lot of scoring potential. Facts. Wow, that was fast picks. Left the prepared. Yo. I mean, the guy told us he did like 13 mock drafts before the show, so he's ready. Look at that. MP2K giving the kudos for the Quincy Acey. Dark Knight is stupid good, huh? Look at that.
Yeah, I think you said Dark Knight was Rondo. That was the player comp. I love that player comp. And if you know anything about Rajon Rondo, with playoff Rondo, He shows up in big moments and in big games, which is what this is. So not the worst guy to have in your corner. And the only guy that averages more assists in this whole game than Best in Show, who was taken first. So now he has the guy with the most assists. Great 2 picks. I like the way this draft is going. Not the way I thought it was going to, which makes it great.
Not at all. Well, I mean, I bet that also has to do with the fact that Jeff and John Autumn decided to say, yeah, we're going to drop a little twist on you. But Montes, you back there. What's up, dude? How are we feeling after that, man?
I feel pretty good. You know, I will say, obviously, it's taken Dark Knight. Samadou, I would have liked to have had the only defender in the game on my team, but we'll adjust. I got an idea.
All right. Well, so, you know, I after that last pick, I feel like I should ask, do I need to even put a 30-second timer at this point? It seems like you guys came freaking prepared. I'll hit it just for the hell of it. 30 seconds. All right, who we going with?
All right. So with my second pick, I'll go with a fan favorite here, Murdoch.
Let's go! All right.
Just need to get the crowd back in my corner.
Ooh, listen, I told you that right there definitely helps your cause, bro. I mean, the only center in VBA who's blind and does superhero action at night and is one of the best centers. Come on now.
Yo, Murdoch is legit insane. He's like he's really good. I would like to see in one of those hardcore rating sites that the VBA community has made where they rank players like how good he is. Karl Anthony Towns is exactly who he is. You know, scores, rebounds, and a big time player too. Like a lot of times we see him like at the free throw line late and like with that 43%. But like Shaquille O'Neal always said and always did, when the free throws matter, he would hit them. So if the game is ever tied or ever down 1 and Murdoch goes to the line, he almost always goes 2 for 2. So a clutch player on top of that, which is what you may want in a game where there's going to be a lot of parity with the talent. Maybe a very close game. You want those guys down the stretch of a game like this. Well,
I'll tell you right now, Montes, the guys in the chat that are here from the Knights of Degen, they're happy with you making that pick. That's for sure. How you doing? All right, so now we go back and forth, right? So get back to that war room.
Yep.
We'll check you out in a second.
Yeah,
buddy. Murdoch. Oh, yeah. Montes grabbing the sorry. I got.
Do you want to bring up the draft board real quick before we even before we go to the next draft? So right now, and again, this is just Jeff putting them in their preferred positions, but the rules are these guys can put them in. So, you know, if Team Peter, if Bamontes comes up here and drafts a center, he can do that and we'll move this around. But for now, if we were to go by preferred position, you can kind of see these stacks that are forming. Team Peter, Bamontes went with the power forward in the center. Team Smup, he went with the defender in Samadou and the point guard with the most assists. So really teams built completely different right now. Completely
100%.
different.
Whew. All right. I guess we need to bring him up here, right? I mean, let's get to this next pick. Smup, how we feeling, bro?
Oh, we're feeling real good. I mean, I got to tell you, Manny Murdoch, I mean, I wanted him on my team. I got to tell you. I had him a little bit further down the list, but I'm going 3 for 3 with my perfect draft right here. I'm getting AI from Grape Gaming. That dude is a stud. We're going to have his field goal percentage 65%, 3-point percentage 65%. Stud pick.
Brings up the AI
pick. AI is Bradley Beal. If you know about Bradley Beal, I'm pretty sure he led the NBA in scoring either last year, not this past year, but the year before or 2 years ago, one of those years. You know, is he the best winner? No. But if you have enough of those other guys on your team, you know that a guy like this is a walking bucket. So he's basically an auto, I would say an auto, 20 points in a game like this. So that's just nice to add that in and plug that in and know you really don't have to worry about it. Because like you're saying, Smup, that field goal percentage doesn't lie and that field goal percentage travels. Like, what's really a bad game for him? Another thing I want to point out is you got the one defender in here. So now you got the one guy that maybe would slide down to cover AI. So I think, like you said, if this was your plan, I can see why, because it's lining up.
Yeah,
But
he's gonna have a
the
little
thing
bit
is,
of
and I want to
trouble.
say this, it almost seems like you guys had different plans. So like it's working out for him what he wanted, and it's working out for you what you wanted. So it's really cool to see that.
We'll
What
see
was the
what
biggest
simulation
reasoning
says.
behind this pick, Smup?
Yeah, so for me, AI, I love AI, right? Van Vanta
Yeah.
AI, like I love the guys with great percentages.
Yeah.
For me, I was looking to get Dark Knight, and then number 2, I wanted the defender because I knew that he's probably going to get it stuck with Enrico Villanueva, right? That's going to put him right on my versatile forward. Yeah, he could move best in show out of position. I might move a guy out of position, right? But that's a huge hindrance. If he moves him out of position 1, no one else on his team can move out of position. So I don't know if he's got the stones to make that move. Don't think he does. But I'm going to probably put someone big there and then stuff up his fundamental big with my defender. So I'm feeling quite good at the moment.
Hey,
I like
you know
that.
what? Get back to that war room.
I
Good
like
job,
that.
Smup. We'll be back to talk to you here in a second.
This game
GM.
is so sick
Ooh,
because of what
I mean,
he just said. Like, yo,
the
this game
research.
is.
That's
Yo,
cool.
wait till like the NBA hasn't even like preseason hasn't even started. Like, oh, this is gonna be so dope. This is so
Let's
dope.
get Bamontes back up here. Hey, bro, how we feeling? Are we ready for this next one?
I'm ready. Yeah, they're just surprises
It's
one
funny
after
because
another.
like everyone is so hype about their pick, and then they leave, and the other GM is like really hyped that that person made that pick. Also, like it's lining up for each of them. It's awesome. It's awesome.
All right. Well, I know you don't want a timer. We've discussed that, so we're good with that. Any wrenches in your
Yeah.
plan, or are we still feeling pretty good?
I'm feeling pretty good.
right.
Definitely, looking at some roster inflexibility potentially at some point here, but we're gonna live with it. So I'm gonna go with. I'm filling out my roster here. There's a lot of post-scoring bigs, just in general, on the draft board. I'm gonna take Tyrese Halliburton and lock a pure shooter into my lineup.
Nice pick.
Yeah,
Break it
Tyrese
down.
Halliburton. Yeah, pure shooter is definitely needed in a game like this. He's the type of guy where if he puts up, he averages 9, but when he goes crazy, sometimes he puts up 15. And and his average is 50%. And if he goes 60% one of those games, that's 9 threes. In this game, we've seen it when you have that shooter variance is one of the most defining things in this game. So when your shooters are on, you're very tough to beat, and there's really no defense for it. So a player like this is always valuable. The comp being Devin Booker. Look, we've seen Devin Booker be the 2-man. We've seen Devin Booker be the 1-man, very similar to Tyrese Halliburton here. Just thinking of it, the player comp with him isn't Tyrese Halliburton because he doesn't have the rebounds and assists, but he does have that scoring that Devin Booker has. So can score from anywhere, literally can shoot it from the logo, can shoot it from half court. One of the guys that if there was lines on who was to lead this game in scoring, I could see him going off because of that shooter's variance. Yep, best shooter available. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, people are excited with the Hallie Buckets pick. All right, man. I'm gonna tell you to go to the war room. We'll see you in a second. Good pick, bro.
Yeah, I like that pick, especially after the AI pick. It was a pick to make. It would have been interesting to see if Smup got AI and Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, but even like Downtown said, good option with Murdoch in the paint.
Yeah,
plenty of room to shoot.
It'll be interesting to see if he moves Samadou down to Tyrese Halliburton, or we'll see what Smup does with Samadou, because that's a good thing to have in his toolbox, that defender that he can move around in a game where everyone's really a scorer.
Smup,
You
still
got
have a
it.
smile on your face, man. So it seems like you're still feeling
smiling.
good.
I'm about to go 4 for 4 in this draft for my perfect draft. I kind of knew, again, the best in show route was going to be the Tyrese Halliburton route. I had that kind of listed out the way that was going to look. I'm really glad I'm not stuck with that, quite frankly. Personally, if I was my opponent, I would have drafted who I'm going to draft now just to kind of block me, I'm going to take Liam Rogers on this pick. Toot's an absolute stud. His percentages are great. I probably would have took Liam because I can't fit in another shooter right in my backcourt. So, probably would have been better to block me, but we'll see at the end of the day. I'm 4 for 4 with the picks I wanted at the moment.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Smup is feeling good right now, bro.
Yeah.
Let's break
Trying
down.
to get
what he
that
doing.
money for the team, you know.
We gave him that DeAndre Ayton comparison because of that high field goal percentage. Like to get that amount of points with that field goal percentage is absolutely insane.
He better move that playmaking big.
yeah, that's tough. 68% on, like, he's barely having to shoot the ball to get to that, and that's what this whole game is: taking the least amount of shots to get as many points as possible. True shooting percentage. This is good. The ability to play power forward and center. I'm not going to say here I know his splits and which one he's better at. I'm going to say with a guy like these percentages, he probably travels between the two very equally. So it'll give you some options based on who he takes and who's left.
Look at the chat.
There we go.
Damn, it's up by 30.
Yes,
Oh, wait.
yes.
Is there betting on this yet? Did
Let
we
me
get
say this,
confirmation?
though.
We got
We
dimes.
got-
We need to put out a line before the game. I would say that. We
Yeah.
gotta
I
put
think
out
we
a line.
need Jeff. Hold on. I told him random moments. Jeff, we need lines. We need dimes on the table. Just throwing it out there. All right.
Hey, whatever you guys do amongst yourselves is your own.
I like that.
That was the
I like
best
that.
corporate answer.
You're no
Look
evil,
at
see
that.
no evil,
Well
see no.
played. Awesome. All right, Smoke. Head back to the war room. We'll see you in a second, bro. Oh, dude.
Should we bring up the big board real quick so I can take?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's look at these last three guys on the board.
Okay, so so I can tell you how the draft's gonna.
No, you're not telling. That's not your job tonight. Your job tonight is to sit there and be Shaq and Ernie with me. But Montes, don't let this guy call people out. You decide. Don't listen to
It's
Zook
like
advice.
watching a chess match, and I see a move you have to make. I'm not gonna say it because it's not my job. There's a move you got to make, and I know Smup is sitting there, knowing it. There's a move you got to make.
I'll tell you, I think there's an opportunity here to maybe make a chess move to kind of make him go in weird positions, but there's a lineup that I'm worried about him assembling that is actually not traditional, and I'm taking Hong.
Okay.
Make sure he does
Alright.
not build that lineup, and I'm looking at a traditional lineup that I feel comfortable with going in.
I just wanted to say that was the move that I had because you didn't want him going it, sliding his guys up, and then you having the two
Exactly.
true centers there.
Right.
In
And
an
I'd have,
all-star
like,
game. So yeah, that's
All
a
the
great
post-scoring
move.
bigs, yeah.
He's a great player.
You got that
Another
Lillard
guy,
comparison. Come on
Yeah.
now.
another guy who in this game clutch, Hong X, Dame time. If we're talking parity, if it's close at the end, another one who's been known to make game-winning shots. 54%, as we say, shooting percentage travels in this game. It's one of the truest things, especially in a game like this where there's really no defense per se besides Samadou, but he's realistically going to be more on one guy than a rim protector or something like that. So the opportunity, if you're a scorer, is there to go off. So this was the move I was thinking. And now I think it's clear how the rest of the draft is going to play out.
Well played. I mean,
Yeah.
Jason Wright calling it perfect
Yeah.
selection. Good stuff. Let's pull up that draft board one more time.
And to
And
be
you know what?
frank, I said there's a move that
Let's bring Smup up. And
yeah,
Smup,
let's swap up.
What's up, guys?
this is the last pick right here, right? I mean, let's get you both. You're both still feeling really good about your teams.
You already
Right, I
announced
mean-
who you want me to get stuck with, right?
So I honestly, I think I'm going to be taking that player right now. And I thought when you said you were going to stop me from doing a certain lineup, I didn't know if you thought I was going to throw Dark Knight at the 3, or maybe you were going to get Enrico, because I'm going to take Enrico Villanueva. I'm glad I got his name right the second time around. But now I'm thinking, man, my flexibility is pretty off the charts here with where I want to go. And now you're kind of stuck with those two centers. So yeah, I feeling good. I got all 5 of the guys in my list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I lose, that's totally on me. It means
I love that.
I got what I wanted. So no complaints here. If I lose, it's on me completely.
Yeah, DeMar DeRozan. So interesting because it's funny, he's on the depth chart and on rosters as a shooting guard, small forward, but his game style is more of like maybe not a post scoring mid, but a mid-range / post-scoring big. And if everyone saw what he did last year on the Bulls, he was a top 3 player for the year 2022. So when you score 28 points, you really can't do no harm. So in a
So
game
with
that's
that pick
probably going to
there-
be raced to 100, probably maybe
Right.
even more, to bank 28 is pretty nice.
Yeah, good pick, Smup, which, Bamontes, that means you are having Big B thrown your way. How we feel about the Big B?
We'll take him. We'll find a spot for him.
I'm sure he'll love that soundbite on Twitter.
We'll take it.
He might be
Why-
playing small forward for the first time in his career, but maybe we'll find something there.
Man, guys, great job building your teams. We're looking forward to seeing what you two do in the All-Star game. Appreciate you guys making time to be on here. No more mock drafts needed. Great time. Anything you want to say to the chat before you guys leave? I'll let you go first, Bamontes. What do you have to say about the team and what they should look forward to at the championship game?
Yeah, I think both coaches got the guy on their franchise, right? It would be a travesty if that was flipped. So I think that's good for the VBA. And then, yeah, we're going to see some interesting roster construction in the All-Star game. So it should be fun. Yeah, and thank you guys for having us on. Smup, best of luck, man.
For sure.
Smup, go ahead. Talk to the chat. Let them know why you think your team's the team.
Yeah, I mean, look, these are the 5 players that I wanted. I am glad that, Peter got his guy. I got my guy. I think that worked out well. One thing I will say is I've seen all sorts in this game, and even when you have the perfect lineup set, things still go wrong or the variance happens where your opponent scores, 65% shooting on a VF. So you're like, so I'm just going to say that right here and right now, anything can happen in this game. Really excited to see how it plays out. Excited to see how these guys coach on the other end here. Thanks for having us on the show. Thanks as well. I believe Herbright Sky and who's the other one? Inveterate Scoundrels. Is that it? I think I said it wrong. But for giving us the opportunity to draft and kind of be on here. So it's been a lot of fun, guys.
Awesome.
Let's go. South Beach is about to rock this. Have a good one, guys.
Yeah, buddy. Later, guys. All right, dude. So let's pull up that draft board one more
Let
time.
me just see that real quick. So the analysis. Okay. The
Now,
spread.
Team Peter had Bamontes representing him today, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's had a chance to see what's going on with his team.
Let me
Hey,
in.
Peter, how you doing?
Hey,
What up?
how you guys doing?
Good.
Did you get a chance to see your team yet?
No, I've been on the go. I had, I actually had this like emergency ENT thing, so I finally just got out of my appointment. I want to see how we did. Smup's talking smack. I'm gonna take him out. It's gonna be great.
Zook, break it down. Let's go over what we pulled on this, so Peter can see who he's got.
Yeah.
So right here, let's see, Team Peter, you got Matt Murdock over there at center, bro. So I'm a happy guy with the fact that you got Murdock.
All right.
You did get the final pick stuck with Big B, so you got yourself 2 centers.
Let's go. We'll just play him at point guard. It'll just be just crazy out there.
What else, Zach? We got Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, he's got Halliburton. He's got Best in Show. So you're gonna have an interesting roster construction, but it's an all-star game. The one thing I'll say in my analysis of this game is, look, there's 3 shooters. Let me make sure I'm right about that. Yeah, there's 3 shooters in this game, and even though your roster construction is a little weird, you do have 2 of them. So you got to pray that the shooting variance goes. And if Hong X and Tyrese Halliburton both end up shooting 10 threes and making 6 of them, which they're easily capable of doing, that's your chance. You're going to have to just hope your shooters shoot and make their shots, because besides that, it's going to be tough to keep up with them, I think. But those are 2 guys that go off all the time. So why not here? It's not like they're going to be going up against top defenders, both of them. There's only one defender in this entire game, so he can't guard both of them. So we'll see.
Oh, cool. He's got the defender.
Yeah, he's got the defender.
I didn't really read. All right. Well, luck be a lady tonight then, I guess, guys.
Listen,
All right.
anybody's game. Pete, appreciate you stopping by, bro. Later.
Yeah.
Zook. The underdog draft is done.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to
One
the
team
shooter
doesn't seem
variance.
as happy as the other team. I personally think, you know what? There might be some tough challenge down below when you got Matt Murdock over there. I'm just saying, they may not be taking it to the paint much, but I'm excited to see how that one plays out. Everybody in the chat, Downtown Franchise, good luck to both of you guys.
It's
Great
gonna
draft.
be.
It's gonna be a good
Look,
game.
can you go? Let me see that real quick. I'm starting to not think it's as big of a. Why can't? I don't think it's as big as a mismatch now that I'm looking at it because. Well, what's best in show? Best in show. I kind of like Team Peter.
Bro,
why
I'm telling you,
can't
you've got
Big
look.
B
He's got the
outplay-
Twin towers going on down
That's what.
below,
But
bro.
also, it's not like Enrico's a stretch or something like that. He's also a post-scoring big. So it's really two post-scoring bigs going up against each other. And Big B and Matt Murdock are significantly bigger than Enrico and Liam Rogers. You then give it that best in show, averages 18.5 assists a game, and then two shooters out of the three in this match. Look, Smup has a really, really, really good team, and maybe if Vegas set a line, they'd be favorites. But when you actually break it down and you take the positions that are underneath their pictures out of it, and you look at archetypes and how these guys play, I think Bamonte has actually walked away with a lot easier of a. It's not as bad of a construction as point guard, shooting guard, power forward, center. It could work, this construction.
We'll see if Zook's right. We'll see if Bamontes was right. We'll see if Shmup was right. Either way, it's going to be a freaking great game. Dude, I was like, oh, we should do like a commercial break. I don't want to do any of that stuff. I want to jump right in to the next one. Hold on, before we do, hold on. Hey, Jeff, how's it going, bro?
Still hanging in.
How'd you feel about round one with the guys?
No, yeah, I mean, I knew it was a possibility to, have some out of position situations, and we thought that would add a fun strategic element to what they were doing. So there's a lot of game theory across that draft, which is the whole point. I love seeing how everyone's minds work, and I think now though, the game within the game is how are they going to set these lineups, because they have different options. They have different scenarios where you're trying to avoid certain defenders on certain guys, or maybe trying to draw a certain defender to a certain guy to free up other guys. So like now the real test is to see how they and we're going to have the pick'em contest as well for all the GMs to make their picks on how they think the game's going to go. And, that the merch is on the line for that too. So everyone in the VBA is going to have a chance to get a slice of the action.
Woo! All right. Jeff, draft board ready?
We're ready.
Let's do it.
So let's bring in the two captains making the picks tonight. All right. We'll start first with Team Grape. We've got God's Love Dow. God's Love Dow, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
How we feeling about the draft tonight? I mean, you got to see some of that first draft.
Yeah.
How we doing?
It was more intimidating than I thought it would be. I was assuming this was gonna be like super easy, but like going through the experience of sitting through that draft, now I'm like super nervous how this was gonna go. I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't thought through these scenarios. And I'm like, oh boy, let's see. But I'm excited. This is gonna be super fun. Like I have like constructing a roster with players that have maybe like a roster with 2 legendaries and like an elite. Like we've never seen that before. Like
It's nuts.
how do I plan that? Like how do I know like who's gonna do better? I don't know. So it's a lot of it's gonna be like in the air, but as long as I have enough players that can like play in enough positions, I think it'll be a good draft.
Yo, that's an amazing point that I didn't even think of. This is like we're going over salary cap for the first time.
Yes,
for the
this is
purposes
the
of
first
that.
time. Exactly.
We're going to see combinations of players that could really never play together right now, which makes this game super special. Like they just can't play together right now. So that's a great point. That's super cool. That's really cool.
All right, so it sounds like Team Grape is ready. Let's now we got B-Town. Wasn't able to make it tonight, so he brought in a consigliere. All right, and we got ourselves John Lee. What's up, John?
Oh, what's up, guys? Good to see you again.
You too, bro. I think this is the first time we've actually been able to hang out, and you're not in the office. This is beautiful.
That's right. Yeah.
So I gotta ask, man, did he give you a game plan, or are you just here to be his representative?
So I've been given pretty specific instructions. So I think there will be a couple situations where I might have to make a decision, which makes me super nervous because I'm not qualified to make those decisions. Like my team is probably like we did make competitive, but my team is nowhere near like the top ranks, and so we'll see what happens. But it's going to be super interesting, obviously, like you guys mentioned, with all these legendaries and elite players. Like it'll be really, really fun to see what happens. There's a couple positions that are a little bit scarce, a couple archetypes that are, there's two pure shooters, 2 fundamental bigs. So it'll be interesting how that unravels. And so really looking forward to it.
And I mentioned it earlier, like being able to put this together with you guys and then like breaking down the graphics that I was making and seeing these players. I'm like, good Lord, some of these guys in this draft right here, woo, you guys are in for a freaking ride. I'm ready to go. But we got to figure out who gets the first pick. So we've got the duck race.
Quack, 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 quack.
Well, I'm glad you guys did the duck race because if I was gonna call heads or tails, I was not gonna do that because I always lose if I have to make a pick. So I'm like, all right, let somebody else go, or the duck race perfect.
Then I'm glad he's happy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start it for the All-Star Draft selection. Here it is. Team Grape, Team B-Town. Let the race begin. All right.
Keep the lead. Or is it the lead? Oh, there you go.
Uh-oh. We're fading.
All right, don't do the fourth quarter thing.
All right, come back right here.
Come on. Oh, it's the fourth quarter thing again. No. Oh. This is VBA right there.
That was great.
That's exactly what happens in the games.
The fourth corner thing.
Oh. All right. So, John Lee, did he actually tell you if you should keep the first pick, trade, or is he leaving that in your hands?
He did. He told me to keep the first pick. So we're gonna go first.
All right. So God's love now. We'll send you back to your war room. Get prepared. Work out the nerves. We'll see you in a second. So, John, I got to ask you something before we do this pick, man. Head of product. Some might say, you got a guy that could really give you a lot of, advice on how to get this done. Is that true? Or should we just focus on the fact that his team is way better than yours anyways? So he might be the one better.
Honestly, I'm definitely not one of the best players in the office. So it's good that I have very specific instructions. Let's just say that.
Perfect. All right. Well, your duck pulled it off. I'll give you the option like we've done with everybody else. Do we even need a timer? Let me pull up the draft board here.
Timer probably won't be necessary. So B-Town's going to go with one of his own stars, OG Anunoby.
I knew it. Nobody loves their player like OG Anunoby and B-Town. And he's like one of a kind in this game. So I knew he was going to want to show him off. Being able to put him up and lock down one of the best players. I would have, if I was still in Vegas like I was last weekend, and I knew that
Put money
B-Town
on
had
that
the first
pick.
pick in the legendary draft, I don't care what the VIG was, I would have put all my money that he took this. And it's a great, that's with me saying it is a great pick. This guy is but I knew it. I knew it. And look, I say this, OG Anunoby as his player comp as a term of endearment. When the card craze was going on 2 years ago, the player that I bought before the NBA season started, his cards was OG Anunoby. I'm an OG Anunoby stan. I think he's one of the most underrated and best defenders in the entire NBA. I think one of the reasons why the Raptors are so good every year, even though their roster isn't that greatly, doesn't have great stars, is because his defensive versatility. When you look at the advanced analytics, he's one of the top defenders. This is a guy that deserves to go first. And again, another star that gets to play for the guy that he plays for normally, which is cool.
So
Very cool. Yeah.
So you're saying it's a good pick, Zook? I wasn't sure if you were happy with.
Yeah.
All right, John. We'll send you back to the war room. We'll see you in a second, bro. God's love down. So I gotta ask you before you make your pick. Did you see it coming? Did you already figure that was gonna be his first pick?
It's interesting because he's always been on the chat that he wanted to play with Barn Dog, and I thought like the reason he's keeping the first pick is because he's gonna pick Barn Dog. But now that we have that information out there,
with the first pick for Team Grape, what are we going with?
We would go with Barn Dog.
Yeah, we saw it coming. Barn Dog is off the table.
Yo, Barn Dog is electric. Yeah, I mean, I smoke pot, so things like this happen. But remember, when the Mavericks won the championship and those early Suns teams, Sean Marion with those Steve Nash teams was nasty. Weird shot. You all know if you've seen Barn Dog, he has that low release as well. So the player comp isn't as crazy as possible. We're talking prime Sean Marion. Also, think about this. If Sean Marion played in today's NBA, woo-wee, small ball center, he'd be doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. So no knock for a Sean Marion player comp.
Not at all. Not at all. Bro, good pick there. The chat saw it coming. They were like, well, you got no choice there. Question is, what will be your second pick for Team Grape?
My second pick, also, I don't think I have a choice. It has to be Deron Bart Williams.
Okay.
Yo,
you heard
I'm
him.
obsessed
Second
with
pick.
him. I'm obsessed with him.
Going in. Talk about it. You know I love this one. Look at that comparison. Come on now. You know I love this one.
Yeah, I knew you were going to let me keep this one. 20 Knicks fans here, me and Jigga. This is what I think RJ Barrett can be, this type of player. I think that's what people don't realize about RJ. He is a scorer, but he could, he has this vision. He's a really good passer as well, And I feel less Julius Randle, more Jalen Brunson, moving the ball around. RJ Barrett's assists will go up. But no, to comment on Deron Bart Williams, I make no bones about it. My favorite archetype in this game is point forward. Yep. So to have one that scores 21.7 is crazy. This is LeBron-esque. This is LeBron rookie year, not triple-double, but a guy that does this, you can build any type of lineup around this guy. A defensive, surrounded with 4 scorers, surrounded with inside scorers, surrounded with shooters. So you put this guy next to a guy like Barn Dog, you see what God's love is trying to do.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sure the nerves are gone away now, huh? Team Grape, we're feeling a little bit better there.
A little bit better. There are a couple of choices that he can make that might throw me off, but I'll see what he does.
Head to the war room. We'll find out. All right, dude. I mean, here we go. Now, let's bring John Lee right back up. He's got his directions. All right.
There's a move I think he's got to make here.
Let's see. As the consigliere, John, what does Team B Town have as their second pick?
So I definitely think the first 2 or 3 picks, there's really no wrong answer almost, right? Because these players are so good. So the way it's played out, though, it's allowed us to pick a player that is pretty unique in this lineup. And so we're going to go with Van Vanta, a shooting playmaker, point guard.
Nice. Van
Vanta.
Vanta comes off the board. Let's pull him
The
up.
second highest scorer in this game, Van Vanta, Kevin Martin. Yo, Jigga called me up, and I had to like convince him to let me keep Kevin Martin. Yo, put some respect on prime Kevin Martin's name. The dude was a walking bucket. Like, maybe not 29.7 points, but yo, like legit.
It was actually around 26, so you weren't far off.
Yeah,
I went
like
back, double checked. Yeah,
prime Kevin Martin was legit. So like, this is a good player. This is a good player, and again, the ability for him to score 29.7 from the point guard position, is really good. Like Downtown is saying, yep, 29.7 from the SPM.
Like, I literally wanted to go and buy every one of these guys.
Yo, same.
I was like, hello, market.
I want to buy Deron Bart Williams for anything.
All right, John, we're going to send you back to the war room, bro. Appreciate it. All right. I mean, and I agree with him.
There's
on
an
that,
opening
right?
here.
Three,
There's an opening for God's love.
There is. So before we bring him in, you know, little moment here. Chat. What are we thinking? So far, both sides have 2 picks. If you were a betting person right now, which you probably are, and you were to be a DJ right now, this moment, I want to know, chat, who are you putting your money on? Are you leaning B-Town? Are you leaning grapes? Do you prefer the fruit? Do you prefer the beef? How you doing? Tell us your answer. And right now, for responding and saying, I choose this team, that enters you in to the giveaway, and I'll make sure of it. Actually, hold on. You know what? Hey, Jeff, I'm going to enter these people in the giveaway. All right, cool. Thanks, Jeff. See, that's it. Now it's on record that I verified. All right, Zoom, check it out. We've got 2 so far for grape, 3 for grape so far. Oh, here we go. We got 2 B-Towns coming in. All right, chat, blow it up.
There's some moves. There's
moves. Look,
no,
hold it back. You're not a GM tonight. Look, God down. What's up, bro? How we feeling?
I'm gonna eat Doritos and shut my fat mouth.
Interesting. So he didn't pick his player, which is Trace. After he picked OG, so he definitely loves OG more than Trace.
Yeah, and you know what? We gotta look at the fact he does own that franchise. He might know some inside stuff. There might be a small injury going on. I don't know, man.
I know exactly.
Let me check Twitter feed. Any news coming out? I mean, what's wrong with this guy?
However, I love that guy. He doesn't play that player against me a lot, but I have played him a couple of times and I've followed that player around. I will pick Trace as my next pick.
Trace is off the board, and it was a really good pick.
Yeah.
Take it down.
Yeah, this guy is just like Joel Embiid.
Pretty much.
Because I love Joel Embiid. Like, he'll never be a small forward, obviously, in a lineup, but he is small forward. But he can walk it out behind the 3-point line and take a 3, take it to the rack. Obviously, you want him as close to the basket as possible, but like Joel Embiid, basically impossible to defend, and it's whether he makes or misses the shot. Maybe the best player in VBA, honestly, to think that he went at this pick. I'll just say, honestly, if I had first pick of this draft, I would have went Trace Jackson Davis.
And I know you mean it because he told me that.
This is a great pick. And I like the construction that you have of having Barn Dog and Trace Jackson, because now OG can only guard one of those.
Right.
So it's really open now.
Team Grape, killing in the draft. See you back in the war room. Dude, shaping it up. Let's keep them moving.
I'm very interested to see what John Lee does now, seeing the construction that Team Grape was going, because now there's there's like 2 distinct different ways he can go with this based on this pick. So I'm interested to see the instructions that B-Town gave him.
Okay, we were really hoping to get Trace.
Of course he was.
I'm pretty sure I'm following instructions when I make this next pick. At this point, though, I think personally I might choose a different player, but according to what we need from his strategy, we're going to need the remaining fundamental big. And so we're going to have to go with James Fraser.
Okay, you know what?
Frazier off the board.
I call this guy the boogeyman. He was in my he's Anthony Davis. He was in my division last week and he tore me to pieces. I tried to put an undersized defender on him last week, and this guy absolutely chewed him up and spat him out. We all know how good Anthony Davis is when he's healthy. Am I going to sit here and say that this guy is Trace Jackson? No, but like a little bit step below, and on any given day, he could score more. So again, we're dealing with guys that really on any given day, any of them can be better than the other. But no, this guy gives me nightmares. Great pick.
Man,
great player
pull up
comp
that
too.
draft board. Way to go, B-Town. I mean, look. I mean, the chat's saying it, man. Both teams coming out pretty stacked
I really
right now.
like James Frazier.
All right, John Lee, go give him a text. Check in with the GM, and we'll be right back. All right, dude. All right, now I'm sitting here also as a GM behind the scenes, and I'm still haven't seen one guy come off the board. I'm hoping we see something happen, but
It's probably
let's
the
bring up
last.
Tim Grape. What's up, man?
I was hoping I was not in this situation. Because this is a really hard choice for me. I can either make a team with 3 legendaries or go with what I thought I wanted to do. It's a really hard choice.
So look, I'll give you the advice my wife gives me when it comes to fantasy football. Stop thinking. You always overthink. You make the wrong decision. Just go with what you originally thought. So that's what she would yell at me, and then my result would be like, I do what I want, and then I lose every game. You're in a tough spot here, man. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Well, I think it'll be more fair. Again, if he does pick the legendary, I think it'll be more fair if there are 2 legendaries in each. So, I will not pick Buddha, although Buddha is, if it comes back, we'll see. But he is my second favorite player in the game after Barn Dog. But I would actually go with Crimson Leonard.
Okay.
Ooh, Crimson coming off the board.
Crimson Leonard.
What up,
Very
Kawhi?
much like Kawhi offensively, has that mid-range jumper. He's very, very long and can get to the tin and above. Not as lockdown as Kawhi. This was more of how Kawhi operates on the offensive end. We know how he does it a little slowly because he's so long. He can really get wherever he wants. Interesting mesh for the rest of your team.
Yeah.
Feeling good about it? You feel good?
I am. I again, like, there's no way I can decide on who among these would shoot the most.
Right.
But my pick was either Crimson or Buddha would take the most shots of all of them on the here. But the problem is now it looked like I might not be able to put Buddha where I wanted to, so probably Crimson's my best choice right now.
Well, I think it's a great pick. Head to the war room. We'll see you in a second. He came in with some nerves.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, man, this is difficult, And I don't think he overthought it too much because that's a great pick.
Yeah, it
I remember
is.
when we streamed that. Remember?
Crimson's Keith.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I remember when we opened that pack and reviewed it. I was
Yeah.
buying the pack before he did. He told me to suck it. Great. Thanks, Keith. John Lee.
Let's see.
Okay, sorry. I was consulting my I was consulting
no,
my,
I get it.
my-
You gotta
my
check
team
in.
captain here. Okay,
All right.
that was a very interesting pick. It makes sense, I think, when I look at his lineup.
Right.
And at this point, we have a very interesting decision to make. I think for flexibility, it's quite clear we should go with a player that gives us the ability to move our defenders around. So we're gonna go with Buddha.
He was hoping he'd still be there for
Yeah.
Team Grape. Team Grape, it's not happening. There he is. Buddha's off the board. Break it down, Mr. Ray
Yeah.
Allen comparison.
Just a pure sniper, one of the best shooters in the game. Quick release, catch and shoot. Always just running around the perimeter. When shooting variance is one of the things that is feast or famine in this. This is one of those players, when he's on, he wins the game for you. So in a game like this, definitely a guy you want in your back corner.
Man, I mean, it seems like both teams came in prepared.
Yeah.
I mean, and these are some stud players to choose from, so I feel like you can't really go wrong any which way. All right, John, check in with the front office, and we'll see you here in a second.
The next pick is very interesting because he'll have
100%.
two distinct different ways to build his lineup by adding a shooting guard or adding a power forward. He either has to slide people up by adding Conan or keep people where they are. And also he has to look at what his opponent would do. There's much different things with this pick. I'm interested.
I like Cube said, this game is going to be 175, 174. It's going to be a freaking nail biter. I love it. All right, well, you know what? Let's do this. Team Grape, God's love. We're also going to bring in John Lee. It's that final pick.
This is okay, interesting.
Yeah, no, take your time. You know what? This is a very, very important decision.
Well,
take your time. Take your
I
time.
should make the pick that will benefit my team the most.
That seems like a good strategy.
I would definitely start with that and then build the rest around that.
So would I want the flexibility of having? No, I'll go with Silas.
Silas off the board. Pull it up. Put him on. Wrong one.
Solid pick.
Let's try it again. So, Zook, break it down, bro.
Yeah, this is an elite stretch big from Sam Bree, who Ryan Anderson prime.
In his prime.
I'm talking like back on the Magic when the Rockets were giving him a crazy contract for what he did, and he used to kill the Knicks. So yeah, an elite stretch big, definitely an interesting piece in a game like this.
100%. And then that means that moves one piece left over. And I don't know. I'm a big fan of this guy, even though he just got picked last like he was a freaking chubby kid at dodgeball. But whatever. Conan O'Duncan comes off the board.
Hey,
the
there's no
Klay
shame in
Thompson
being last.
comparison, not at all. All right. He's got the best Twitter account out of all of them. How you doing? Break it down, Zook.
Look, Klay Thompson. Some think he's the second best shooter of all time. A lot of people think Conan O'Duncan is the best shooter in this game. Those aren't my words. Those are just things that I've heard. So it makes sense that that's his player comp. Look, if there was ever a player to go way above his averages in a game like this, it's Conan O'Duncan. This dude lives for the moment. If we saw a Game 6 Klay performance from Conan O'Duncan in this All-Star game, I would not be surprised at all. If this game was going out of whack in the third quarter and all of a sudden Conan O'Duncan saw what his team needed, I could see him scoring 20, 30 straight points in a game like this. So what a player to get last. I mean, if I had the first pick, I said I would have gotten Tracy.
I love how I said Conan paid for some promo time. And please stay tuned after this commercial by Conan O'Duncan. Guys, I think the teams are sick. I mean, this is going to be a crazy game. The chat agrees. Everybody knows this one's going to be out of control. I guess let you guys let everybody know why you believe this team will win. John, as a consigliere, you got to speak for B-Town on this one. I'm going to let you guys do that. Zook, I'm going to jump off and I'm going to enter everybody in the chat. I'm going to go enter you now into the duck race so we know which one of you is going to be able to see your card revealed during the All-Star game. Guys, go ahead and take your swan song moment and
Well, for me, I think, we all know what B-Town can do when he hits the analytics and goes to the drawing board, right, and figures out the matchups. I think the lineup that he got from today's draft gives him a lot of flexibility to do that, and so we'll see if OG can get paired up against the right person on God's Love team, and we'll see where the variance kind of falls, right? So I think even with players like Conan, if he has a very, very efficient 10 field goal game, that could be very good for this team. So I'm happy that there's still more to do here to win this game, and really, really excited to see what happens.
God's love, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, having OG as your opponent, right? I mean, I've played against B-Town and OG like number of times, and it's like, where is he gonna put him? He's played OG as shooting guard against me, so I know he can like do that and still go off. So I mean, I hope he won't put it on the point guard the position. So my slasher should be okay. And then I think having two stretch bigs, which I think does the best against versatile forwards, gives me like a 2-to-1 odd of like who he might match up against, like if he's moving it. Again, I probably am thinking right now that I should have gone for Buddha when I had the choice, but we'll see what happens, and then kind of go from there.
So I saw Cube asked how close the lineup was to our plans, and what I just realized actually is you and B-Town actually have very similar stack ranks, I think, and so because we had first pick, we ended up with the players that we planned we wanted to get. So I would actually say probably hit 5 of 5. But what's interesting is you hit the players that you would have wanted if we had second pick. So kind of interesting there.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the only my ideal pick would be Buddha and Salas, like switched around, but the other pure shooter didn't have the position flexibility, so I had to go for the big stretch. So, but let's see.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, see what happens.
No, it's going to be a great game. Everyone in the chat is super excited. I appreciate you guys coming out to draft this. These teams are dope. There's really no construction of these 10 players that could have gone away that wouldn't lead to an exciting game. So appreciate you guys hopping on, and let the shit talking commence on Twitter now.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see a squad with like 2 legendaries, like 2 elites play for the first time on the ground and like on a team, and like see how that shakes out. That I'm super excited about that one.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Well, we look forward to the game going down next week. So
look at the timing on that.
Oh, let's go, Jigga!
Look at that, guys. Great job drafting. We look forward to it. And I guess now we'll do this duck race and we'll chop it up with the chat. You guys have a great night. Talk to you soon.
Yo, the Mets have bases loaded, 2 outs, and they're down 3. So, like, I'm trying to do both things at the same time.
Doing the whole, I was setting up the duck race, and I haven't gotten an alert that Judge hit 62, which means we can focus a little bit on this duck race. It's going to be a minute. Just seems like we should do a minute for sure. Everybody in the chat, we will see who the winner is now. Let's pull this bad boy up. let's go full screen with it, Zook. What do you think?
Yeah.
Why not, right? Maybe I should open the right file. Dude, that draft was pretty dope. Like that second game, like the game is what, next week, right? Is it next week?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember the date. You know what? Hold on before we do the duck race. Jeff! There he is. Can you remind everybody of the next pieces? I know we got a breakdown episode coming up. We've got the actual All-Star game. Let everybody in the chat know when the dates are.
So the games are going to be Wednesday, the 5th, 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern time. And that'll be on VBA Live with MJ and Prospect. And then leading into that on Monday, B-Town will break down analysis on all the teams as they were drafted, so everyone can listen to that to get all the alpha for the pick'em contest. So yeah, a couple big ones next week, and then we'll run the underdog game first. We'll try to tip off at 5:20, give everyone time to get in to the live stream, do a contest there as well. We'll open the 2 packs for people, or we might actually do. We'll probably rip all 3 because B-Town is going to give away a pack too, or a player from a pack. So player from a pack from you guys, player from a pack from B-Town, player from a pack from MJ and Prospect. That's 3 random players. A lot of legendaries out there. These 3 winners to potentially get their hands on. Could be really exciting within that too.
Heck yeah. All right. Appreciate it, Jeff. Stand by. Chat, here we go. Let's watch the race. What is going to happen? Who's going to be the winner? Come on. Come on, duckies. And boom. Oh, Zook, you ready, bro? And they're off.
Quack, quack.
Good amount of people in there.
Quack, quack.
Who will the... That's how we're going to call duck race. Just quack, quack. Oh, quack, 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 quack. All right. Who's pulling this off, bro? Now, I think Charles is in there, but Charles cannot win. So if he does end up winning, we redo it again.
Oh.
Default to ourselves. Uh-oh. Kung Fu D taking a little jump. Oh, too soon there, pal. Too soon. Who's coming up? Uh-oh. Soy muy guapo. 235 in the lead. Coming from behind. Dirk Nasty. Oh, my gosh. Out of nowhere. Dirk Nasty with the win. The panda duck.
Dirk Nasty.
Bro, Dirk Nashke, and he was a panda duck. Like,
yeah, there you go.
It was sick.
Yeah, that's a bear.
That was beautiful, bro. I think that wraps it up tonight.
Yeah, I think we're good.
We pretty much covered everything. Let me bring Jeff back on. Want to thank Jeff. Jeff, man.
Oh, that was a blast.
Think we covered it all, right? I mean, the draft was sick.
It was awesome. It was everything could have expected and more. Obviously, the first time we've done anything like this. So just everyone had a blast. Like we were texting each other. Charles was texting me like, "This is so fun." I was like, "Yeah, man, this is great."
Yeah, I love, man.
And like, we just got to figure out how to do more stuff like this because this is sweet.
Well, I mean, I know we've talked behind the scenes, but we thank you, KOD Media, for tapping us to reach out and collab on this. It's been a lot of fun. We're big fans of the VBA. It's no secret. And, man, looking forward to the next episode with B-Town and then the actual game on Wednesday. Things are about to be crazy. And what do you guys think? I should just do that intro video as our outro video, right? Because that track is everybody in the chat.
Best in the business. That's why we're working with you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, let's take it. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for hanging out. Guys, it's been a blast. Another great night. And on that note, peace. We're out.
Like the 90K balls, I was not meant to know. Like the 90K balls, I was not meant to know. Like the
I'ma keep making moves, I'ma keep paying dues like the 98 Bulls. I am not meant to lose. So go and pull up my chair, 'cause I ain't going nowhere. bonus folk. They been sleeping on me, time to step out of their comatose. Let my stats rise on the board charts. 91, my crew building a dynasty and can't be outgunned.